everyone. Welcome back to In Out Delete, the show where we review both new and older movies. This is Gino.
This is Robert.
This is Ricardo.
America.
And Gio.
And here we are again, together again. And a few of us have got vaccinated, but we're not going to talk about that. We're talking about Falcon and Winter
vaccinated.
Robert, what do you think about this weekend's episode?
Yeah, so we're on episode 3 of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I thought it was good and nothing mind-blowing. Move the story along. I'm still in. I like that it's kind of got to like the spy movie vibe, like jumping around from place to place. I like that the German guy from Inglourious Basterds came back.
Zemo.
It was nice to see him, and like some of the Wakandans, that was spoiler, so spoiler. Yeah, I mean nothing major, it's like a move along episode, like just move the story along. Nothing to see here, keep going.
Oh, wow. So you are like me when I was thinking about WandaVision. You were like hating it at first, but then you're like, okay, I'm starting to like it. Okay.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I got convinced by the second episode.
What episode is it now? 3?
Yeah.
3, yeah.
Right, yeah.
Still haven't watched it, so I'm still waiting.
Yeah, for you guys,
So
it's not like a big thing, yeah.
Oh, really?
I say wait a bit more for you guys.
I'm not gonna watch it.
Yeah, me too. That's how I felt with the Space Jam movie. I'm not gonna watch that.
You're not gonna watch it either?
Until we watch it for
But you have to because it's gonna be for this.
Can you guys cut me out of the episode then?
Wait, which one? Not watch what?
Space Jam,
Space
bro.
Jam.
Fuck the LeBron.
Oh,
Remember?
Not my Space Jam. Hashtag
You're
not
a
my Space Jam. Make that a
hater.
fucking thing.
hater, dude.
The other one's still there. It's not replacing that one.
Not my Laker. There. Hashtag not my Laker.
I like how the reaction of that movie, like people are like going crazy over it, like good or bad, but it's like you're acting like Space Jam was some cinematic classic. Like
It's weird.
It's a terrible fucking movie. Like if you go back and look at it. So like let's not like let's say this one is terrible. That's not changing much from the original one. Like it's a stupid movie about a basketball player playing with a bunch of cartoons, I have a question for you, Ricardo, because you're the basketball guy. Right, you know how the original Space Jam had like the other basketball players, like what's his name, Charles Barkley, and some of the other ones I don't remember.
Yeah.
Like if I don't know if they're gonna do that for this one, but if you could pick 5 current NBA players to fill those roles in this new movie, who would you pick? Go.
He wants Kyle Kuzma.
No, they have them already. You didn't see?
Oh, they have them?
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, pretend they don't. Who would you choose? And then tell me who's there.
Yeah. Who would be your picks?
Yeah.
My
who they pick for the movie. Who are your picks?
I would pick how they got Anthony Davis, so I would pick him because he's a Laker, so that would have been kind of cool. I would pick Westbrook. Russell Westbrook. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have picked Dame. They already have him. He's in there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And shit. I'm
So you
thinking
agree with the list?
kinda, because they have a
Steph Curry?
WNBA player in there that I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, I would put Mutombo.
What about Steph Curry? He's not in there?
Oh, Steph Curry would have been fun too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Durant. I would have picked Durant because I really don't like him. So him as a bad guy would be fun.
And his storyline would have been so perfect. So you know how that meme is that he's always gonna like go to the next champion. So it's like my next chapter is the Monstars, it's so perfect,
so
man.
good.
Oh,
So
what are they doing? They should hire us to write this shit, man.
Robert, what did we watch this week?
Okay, so our new movie this week is Godzilla versus Kong, and it's playing in theaters, and it's also available on HBO Max. It's directed by Adam Wingard, and it stars Godzilla and King Kong. It also stars the girl from Stranger Things. So yeah, the movie's about Godzilla and King Kong fighting, right? Yeah. So it's like, well, okay, so it's more than that. I mean, from what I gathered, the plot is something like this: Godzilla starts attacking humans for some reason, and the humans enlist King Kong to defend them from the giant lizard. And there's also like a whole bunch of other wacky stuff going on with like the center of the earth and a podcast, but like I don't know, I couldn't really follow. I'll volunteer to go first here because I actually went back because this is the 4th movie in the so-called Monsterverse. Yeah. Right, so it's kind of like the MCU style universe, right? Crossover. So the first one was Godzilla, the Gareth Edwards movie. The second one was Kong Skull Island. The third one was Godzilla King of the Monsters, and then it culminates with this one, right? So I went back and watched them all because I hadn't seen a few of them, and honestly, they've been very mixed. Like they're either like super serious and boring, or like super silly and just stupid. Like they just don't make any sense. And this one, it falls somewhere in the middle of that.
Yep.
So I'm gonna be out. I think, you know, the only thing that saves it for me is the final like tag team battle that they have. You know, that was really fun to watch. I was like, oh, okay, I would have loved to see that in movie theaters. But honestly, the biggest problem with this movie is just the convoluted script. It's just like, why is it so complicated? Like, man, it's fucking Godzilla fighting King Kong. Like, you don't need a complicated story. Just make it that fucking Godzilla stole. Yeah, like
go at it.
Godzilla stole King Kong's milk money, and then now they're fighting in the yard. You know, that's all you need. You know, don't give me all this extra shit with the humans that I don't even know what's going on. That just goes so like bonkers. You know, so there is some stuff. There is a lot of entertainment value here, and I was entertained, but just disappointed that it was just so like, why does it have to be so complicated? So I'm out. Gino, what did you think of this movie?
Oh God, guys, this is like my third time watching it because I didn't understand what the fuck is going on.
You watched it 3 times?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
You know why? You know why? I blacked out and I forgot some scenes and I move on and I come back and go, what happened again? Okay, so I'm an out as well. I almost deleted it, but I agree with Robert. The fight scene tag team at the end was what made me go, fuck yeah. But overall, like Millie Bobby Brown from Stranger Things, I know she was in that other Godzilla movie. I don't see no reason for her to be in this one. I mean, the fat kid from Deadpool 2, he was funny. I don't see him in no reason in this movie too. Like they didn't make her character as big as like they made it look like in the trailer, like she did in the other Godzilla movie. Like she was just there for little scenes. And I was like, why? We don't need you there. You don't give us the evil villain. Yeah, we get it. Give us the evil villain. Do his little evil plan. Yeah, then he dies. We get it. We don't need all the things with Bobby Brown. You know, it's still gonna happen regardless. You know, and you're right. It could have been shorter and simpler. Godzilla, yeah, you know, they already started with Godzilla and King Kong are meant to fight because of some fucking ritual or whatever in the past and shit. Yeah. That's a good way to fucking ease in the story about that. There's been a whole rivalry since the fucking age of time. Keep with that. Don't give us this whole universe, dimensions, and this whole background, gravity and scientist shit I don't care about. You know, like, and all of a sudden, like, oh, he's sign language. I was so upset because, like, I've been studying for 10 years and I never knew he knew sign language. I'm like, bitch, look at each other. Like, I don't know. I'm an out. I already rambled too much. I'm an out. I want to hear what America thinks.
Everything you guys said. Yeah. What the hell is he doing? Speaking sign language. It's long. I don't really know what happened. I had to like walk myself through like, okay, I caught this and I caught this, and so I explained the story back to myself and I was like, still not good. So I did see this in theater too.
Oh shit.
Which was weird. That might be part of maybe why I didn't understand it, because I was like, oh my god, COVID,
because you couldn't rewind it.
It's gonna get me. It wasn't a good experience. I wasn't that entertained, so I'm gonna have to delete. Deleted. I don't know what was going on. I didn't really care to like read into it. Really, it was just too much. They really did overcomplicate it. So I'm gonna hand it over to you. What did you think of your experience?
Oh my god. Hey, you know what? There's one thing I do agree with you guys. That's crazy. It's the fight scene, right? Like I actually liked it. I just didn't understand why they were smiling at the end after fucking destroyed. I was like, dude, everybody's dead. Yeah, you know, fucking happiness right now. It doesn't make sense. Does not make sense. The characters, they don't make. Why are they there? Like, why is the little girl in this fucking danger all the time? Like the boat, she's always there. Like somebody take the fucking kid away from her. Like, this is not good. But I was actually entertained on the fight. Each fight though, like every time they fought, I was entertained. So that helped. And I really liked the way what do you call it? Godzilla comes out at the end when we're with the lights, all that. That looked cool. I was like, oh, this is cool. Fine. I'll go along. You know. So I'm an out. I'm not deleting. I'm still an out. But overall, trash movie. Gio?
I hadn't seen any of the movies prior to this one, so like the first three. So this whole week I was watching them, trying to catch up. Uh, so so out of those three, the original three, King of the Monsters has been the best one. This one like really jumped off the deep end. The Godzilla ones have been more of a serious tone as opposed to the Kong Skull Island, which was more comedy action. So this one kind of went comedy action, super sci-fi. Like, yeah, the whole center of the earth thing was kind of weird. Like it seemed almost pointless. Yeah, so like they go try to find this power source, and like all they had to do was scan it to have it. I was like, they didn't have to bring anything up or anything. Out. It was entertaining. Fights were, I guess, kept it entertaining enough. It kind of barely saves it, but like, yeah, everything else was. I think that's what all these movies have kind of like have struggled with. It's that the human storyline that they're trying to weave into this.
I'm gonna give it a little bit of praise before I go into all the shitting on, because I just want to be fair. I think Gio mentioned, we all mentioned that the fight scenes are good, because that's one of the things that the other movies have struggled with, is that the big like fight scenes, like they're very like, they always take place in the rain or in the snow, or it's like super dark. It's really hard to see. You're like, what's going on? Especially because like everything's like blowing up. Yep. So the fact that this one set it like in the daytime with the sun or like neon lights, like you got to give that credit. Like, enough with that fucking snow shit. Like, let me see the cool stuff that's going on. So, and there was the right amount of fight scenes. It was just basically two, right? One kind of in the middle and then one at the end. I really appreciated that, because it could get mind numbing just watching that. Now to the negative. Everybody said it. The human stories. Mm-hmm. Every single one of these movies, they're either way too dramatic and we don't give a fuck about these people. Like, go back to the first one, the King of the Monsters. Like, we don't care. You don't give a shit, and they're all crying. Like, get the fuck out of here. Yeah. So this one takes a lot of the dramatic stuff away, which is good, but it's so dumb. Like, and I know it's a Godzilla versus Kong movie, but it's still like, it's even dumber than it should be. And you're just like you guys, I forgot who said it. Why are there kids running around everywhere? Like, these are motherfucking kids. And that's a problem too. And a lot of the other ones too. Like, why are there kids in the scientific facility? Like what? Like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And it's like a lot of like Stranger Things season 3 was just stupid. It's like, why are they running around through these labs? It's just, oh my God. It's just like, it's about a podcast, guys. Come on. Like, that's the thing that drives the story forward. It's a fucking podcast,
Like, I felt weird that like her, I guess because she kind of already saw the monsters or whatever, but like she was this weird conspiracy theorist. Yeah. Like, character. Like, I don't know. She just felt weird.
They just didn't know what to do with them. They were trying to like find that balance,
And so there were two people who were related to the Apex people, right? Millie Bobby Brown's dad works for them.
Yes. No, he works for Monarch.
Oh, is that like
Monarch is like the company that was set up in all these movies that kind of like controls or keeps a handle on all these monsters.
They're like the Men in Black.
Yeah. So Apex is like a new company, like that we've never seen before. Yeah.
And it was that other lady. Her dad owns Apex, right?
Yeah, the Mexican, the Carlos Slim.
I thought like they both were like in the same company or something, and they were just like kind of one's trying to take it in the good direction, the other one's trying to take over or something. And I
think they're like contracted.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? And it made me so like angry. I was like, damn, we finally have a Mexican in like a big budget movie, and she's like the most utterly, they're all useless. All the human characters are useless, but this one specifically was the most utterly fucking useless character I've ever seen in a fucking movie. And I was like, wow, like, yeah, you're really doing us dirty there. I like the Carlos Slim guy. I'll give him props because he was like the evil guy, but his fucking daughter, why is she there? Why is she there? She has no purpose in the story.
She's there supervising.
Yeah. But the thing she does to move the story forward could have easily been like one of those random soldiers that get killed. Right. And for her to just kind of like, spoilers, that just get crushed like out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's the most useless shit I've ever seen.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's another one of those diversity things. It's like, wow, you're just gonna put a Mexican in there just for that, Yeah, I'd rather just not be in it, or have us be a fucking gardener like that gets their grass like messed up by Godzilla, It's like that.
Also, like a big kind of I think it's just mainly PTSD from the Batman v Superman movie,
Yep.
but like the running joke is the whole, spoiler alert, Kong on one of the fight scenes, Kong is being pinned down by Godzilla and he's about to like take him out, and everyone's just like, you just waiting for him to say, like, the joke is like, you just waiting for him to say Mothra, and,
Why?
and like, huh?
Why?
In Batman v Superman, is it Batman pin? Batman's pin, Superman's about to take him out, or is it the other way around?
It's the other way around.
Yeah, it's the other way around. Yeah, because it's Superman telling them about both of their moms are named Martha.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So in this one, Mothra is one of the characters from Godzilla.
Oh, okay.
If you saw the other ones, that big moth-looking one. So that's the
Mothra.
joke.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So like the joke is like right when he's about to take him out, pin him, he's got him pinned down. He's like, save Mothra, and then they that's how they become friends at the end. And they fight together.
Ricardo, this is kind of directed at you. The way I felt watching that last tag team match is the way you feel watching WWE. Like, it's so goddamn entertaining and so goddamn cool. You're like, fuck yeah,
Yeah.
So, like, that's like, honestly, that's what saved it from the delete.
Oh well, yeah, and especially because the robot isn't it like a
Oh god.
no, you like it?
It's fucking robot.
The robot thing, isn't he like isn't that from like an old Godzilla movie?
Yeah, it's a Mecha Godzilla, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it's
there you
it.
go.
Spoiler
So
alert,
that-
Mechagodzilla's in this.
So the Godzilla fans would probably love that,
Oh yeah.
So
When they say the
dumb,
name, it was a
though.
total fan service thing.
So
Yeah.
when
So
was it?
dumb.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yesterday
look,
I was
if
talking
they're-
to some people that were like our fans of the series. They were just clowning on that. This just looks
Oh, really?
so bad. Yeah.
Look, if they're gonna team up, why not like reveal that it's Mecha, whatever the fuck, like sometime like near the middle, so that they can both like team up and be like, yeah, we're gonna beat you up. Like, why? I don't know. It just seems dumb to be like, oh, now we're gonna just randomly fight a robot.
Yeah,
You
it
know?
was kind of funny though.
Like, wait, hold on, it's not me, it's him. Like what?
Yeah,
Well-
if they would have made that the story, like going through rather than all the other dumb shit,
Yeah.
that would have been a little bit more entertaining, I
Right.
think,
Well, the
Like,
thing is,
right,
they're both
gonna be
fighting to be the alpha male or alpha, I guess, monster, and then there comes this bigger, more alpha monster. So
Yeah,
now
but
they have
who
to try
said-
to take down the bigger alpha monster, and then they're like, "All right, cool. We saw like
Yeah,
troops."
we're not arguing that. We're
Yeah.
arguing that could have been like revealed
I-
sooner and just
Yeah,
like
and
make it
that's-
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because honestly, the main character is King Kong, right? Like he's like
I
the
think so.
protagonist of the movie, right?
Mhm.
So like I don't care if he doesn't speak. I don't care if anything. If he's a big
He does
CGI
talk.
gorilla, get rid of all the human shit. Just make it about him.
Yeah, and it's weird. You know how like how you were saying that the girl was pointless. Even the bad guy, the main bad guy,
Yeah,
it was
ends
all
up-
like pointless because he ended up just like dying like this.
Yeah.
It's just like it was just like okay, the robot's here.
And that's if you watch the series, it's another thing about this movie is that people get introduced and they get killed so randomly that you think they're gonna be important and they just get like stomped. It's like what's the point of even following these
What's the whole
characters?
point? Yeah.
It's just like, and I know like if you want to be silly, sure, like just go that route. But it again, that's the hard thing that these movies have had to like try to like balance the silliness and the seriousness, and none of them have really figured it out. Like
Right.
this, like I do think the King of the Monsters is a little bit better, but even that one has a lot of issues,
Yeah.
So it's just really, I guess these movies aren't for me because it's just like pick a side, and it's just if you're gonna do that, just go all the way,
Yeah.
So we have four outs and one delete. I'm not saying
4
that.
outs.
I got 4 outs and one delete. Look at my pinky. Look at smart ass.
Yeah, but you were like, we got 4 outs and then 1 delete.
3, my lord. Well, let's get into the next movie. America, what was your pick?
My pick was Dazed and Confused. Ooh. Yeah, I heard Robert hadn't watched it. And I think it's a good movie. And we have kind of a trend of like, you know, identifying ourselves as people in the high school movies, you know? So it's like, you know, I think everyone can find themselves somewhere in this movie, you know? So yeah, I feel like I watch this movie every year. Still don't remember what happened, so I had to rewatch it. Anyway, I like this movie a lot. I'm in. Robert, since you'd never watched it, what did you think?
Well, you should have told us what it's about.
Oh shit, I forgot what.
She just said she doesn't remember.
Well, she already
right?
forgot.
I already forgot. I have to watch it again. No, so it's like a end of the year movie, right? Like high school kids or kids transitioning into high school, kids transitioning out of high school, right? It's kind of one of those like someone's glory days movie, and then other people are like, no, this is not going to be it, you know, small town movie. And so basically Matthew McConaughey and like all the cool kids kind of torment the other kids and then throw a end of the year party.
Kegger. Also, this movie's directed by one of a director that we've already reviewed plenty of his movies, Richard Linklater.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. So
that kind of should tell you what this movie is like.
Yeah, it's
all takes
vibes,
place
lots
in
of
one
vibes.
night.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm in. Roberto, what did you think?
Yeah, obviously, like Gio said, it's a Richard Linklater movie, so it's like always been on my list because I love Richard Linklater, but for whatever reason, it stays on my list, and I just look at it and not watch it, right? So I'm finally glad that I have the excuse to watch it. And I will say, I don't know, I'm like in this weird place right now between an out and an in, because I do love the style, right? It's kind of like characters wandering around. You know, it's not really like plot driven, right? It's not like, oh, we got to go get the beer or whatever, you know? It's a coming of age story, right? And this is essentially, I would say like an unofficial sequel to American Graffiti, because it's pretty much exactly the same thing. So American Graffiti is like a 60s movie of the same story, and this is like the 70s version. So I do like all those. Yeah, I do love all those aspects of it. The thing that's keeping me out, it's hard for me to connect with any of the characters and like what they're doing, because you mentioned that a lot of them are these like bro high school dudes just like tormenting the younger like nerdy kids, you know, the freshmen. And it's just like, it's so like, I don't know, it's like so like off-putting. Like I was like, I hate most of these characters, even when like they kind of become friends. I'm like, why would anyone want to become from, like, I know you want to be accepted and that's like the whole point, but it's just like that's like, it's so like those high school like archetypes are just like so outdated, you know? Like it's just like I hate everything that represents, right? Because like we heard about it, you know, we were probably bullied by some of those same people. It's just so like that like on a character level was hard for me to connect, but I do love like the way it was made. I love Richard Linklater's style, you know? So I'm gonna be like, I would say like a soft in. You know, I did enjoy it. It went by pretty quick. And I guess that's the point of seeing like all these like people, like those, like all the like dumb jocks, like those are the best days of like their lives, right? And they're never gonna get any better, right? So that's like, so you are seeing like sad people, you know. So I guess that's like, I don't know, it's like, you know, it's a weird thing with these high school movies. It's like the mindset that it puts me in.
You get PTSD.
I think that's what it is, right? So yeah, I'm an in, but like I said, the characters they're really nasty. But I will say Parker Posey's in it, so like that's like any movie that she's in, I just automatically like. So I was totally in. Great cast too. Great cast. Ricardo, what about you?
I love this movie. Love it. It's probably like top 10 of my favorite movies of all time. Yeah, like I've seen it so many times. I showed America. She always fucking forgets, but it's so cool.
That's like anyone saying like, oh, like I introduced this person to Jack in the Box, you know, like everyone's seen this movie.
Yeah, this is a classic.
And I keep like, so every time I watch it, like I know the lines, I know everything. Like sometimes when I talk, I say the lines as I'm talking. And I love the way it's written, because each character is written like you could see them. Like everybody's different and everybody's written different, and it's fucking cool, you know. And like honestly, even the nerds, like how they're like the way they talk, it's so realistic to me. I always see that and it's like, this is a fucking badass movie. and I have to pause it and tell America, this is how I feel right now, you know? And like it's a really cool movie, you know. I love the music, and yes, like American Graffiti is like music all around through the whole movie, you know, and it's really, really cool. So I am a super in on this movie. Gino?
I'm in, of course. I mean, I have nothing against this movie. I remember watching this years ago. It was like right after high school, actually. I love the soundtrack. The soundtrack goes so well with the fucking movie. But I do hate is Ben Affleck's fucking hair. His hair is so fucking disgusting. Like, I don't know how was that really the style of the 70s? I don't know anybody that grew up in the 70s like that, but I just like that was some ugly ass haircut, bro. Like, I mean, he was a good ass character. I mean, his character, I believed him. I'm like, yeah, Ben Affleck, you're a douchebag. We're just missing your Boston accent. You know,
yeah. I mean, that's just Ben Affleck, right?
Yeah.
Like,
it's funny.
The same in Mallrats, man.
Yeah, you know, so it's like I totally get it. I'm like one of the nerds. I'm like the whitest nerd in that movie. And you know what I'm talking about with the glasses?
Yeah.
That's me. I'm that soft-spoken guy. Like, how's it going, guys? Oh, geez. Don't hang out with those people, Sabrina. I don't know. I'm that nerdy. I was like kind of like soft and quiet, and I could get loud once I talk to people. But yeah, I mean the jocks. You know, it's your typical high school movie. But yeah, the whole hazing thing got me like, like how would you get excited and want to spank some dude's ass like with the mallet, you know? And also the girls. I felt the girls, that was like some sexist shit right there. Oh, not sexist, like very like sexist is like grading them and like it was gross. I don't know how to feel about that. Like when it was the one like fry little piggies, like that, okay, that's funny, but like to go up to random older dudes, like, what would you do for me? Like what would you do for me? Like, open your mouth. And when that dude did that, I was like, yeah, that would not fly this year. Hashtag me too. Hashtag fucking, you know, all the above, dude. Gen Z.
Hashtag all the above. I'm gonna steal that one.
Gen Zs will hate this movie to the fucking moon, guys. Like they hate one Eminem song, they'll hate this fucking movie. So fuck you, Gen Zs. That's all I gotta say. What about you, Gio? But I mean,
yeah, this is a classic. It's not perfect, but it's entertaining. It's, you know, it's like I said, it's a classic. So I'm in, of course. The music is good. Robert, I think, like, you know, Gino said that he's that long-haired kid with the glasses, that nerd. I think Robert is Mike, the guy that goes up and punches the dude at the end.
Oh, I could see that.
Yeah. I think that
I think I could see that.
Yeah, because he's all like, just the whole rant that he did about the jocks is the same rant he did at the end before he goes and punches the guy. Just give Robert a couple of beers and he's gonna go punch a guy. So like, I just gotta get the one. I just gotta get the one punch.
That would be my strategy. That totally. When I was like, that's a great strategy in a fight. Honestly, like that would be how I would approach it.
Yeah, but yeah, like the cast of this movie is like everybody that was like, I think this is everybody's almost like, you know, jumping off point. Like this is where everybody kind of came out of.
Yeah. But
yeah, it's so good. It's just over. Yeah, it just takes over place in like one night, and debauchery happens over
called
this
Before
night.
Curfew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a hangout movie or whatever, and you're hanging out with these people, right? Like in the movie.
Yeah.
But I think I told you guys that I'm tired of watching these movies of like the main characters being the nerds, you know? So that's why this was a perfect example. The main characters are not the nerds, you know? And it's just like these jocks, and you follow them and you start trying to care for them, you know? And even though you guys hate on them or whatever, they're fucking written so cool that I'm with it, man.
I see what you're saying, but I also feel like I like this movie, and that was also a point in my head before even like what you said, that I think this movie also like gives you the point of the nerds, gives you kind of everybody's perspective. It seems like in a well-balanced way. You don't think like, oh, I'm with these people and I hope to just stay here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's done really well where you see kind of everyone's little world.
Yeah, because like they're all driving around, so you drive around with everybody. You just like you're pretty much like you're going along for the ride, jumping from car to car, because that's what they do. They're like, you know, they go show up a place and they're like, oh man, let's go get beer. Okay, shotgun. They go to like get in the car, they go get beer. So like you're just jumping along, going around, just like quote unquote bar hopping or just hopping from place to place,
hanging around.
And also
until we all meet up at the moon tower to get drinks.
Like to them, the hazing didn't mean that they hated them. Like they would accept them into their group, but like in their world, you have to go through this because we all went through it,
Yeah.
And, even when I was in high school, like when our little group, like whenever there was somebody new, they would get all the shit, right? Because like of course they would, right? So like I do think it's like it shows everybody basically.
Yeah.
But like one of the things that I liked about the movie, and it's just about Richard Linklater, I bet like it's about his life, right? And about his memories, right? Because that's totally what he does, right? He takes his memories and he puts them on film. So it like I liked everything about this movie. I just couldn't really now looking back at it, when Gio mentioned that one guy, I was like, okay, maybe I would totally follow his story, because it's a bunch of different people.
Yeah.
Like every little character has their own little arc.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess like if I go back and watch it like that, I could get into it a little bit more. Following like one person's path. But
Robert just wants to dance.
Yeah, I don't think that it's so, I mean, they do seem like, especially the bullies, kind of like caricatures, like how does that happen? That doesn't happen. Like maybe it did, just because like our generations are getting a little bit more like safe, like I remember shit that happened like even from like teachers in elementary school or middle school, and now it's like, oh, it's illegal for a teacher to do that. And I'm like, whoa, what?
Yeah.
So I think maybe like this is how I don't know. But it might have been realistic that, a generation did grow up kind of, because it's kind of like sort of sorority fraternity type shit, and that happens in college. Yeah. So maybe that happened in high school.
Especially in a small town like that. It would totally be that, yeah.
And in Texas.
The guy the my character, he actually comments on this. He's all like, how is this even legal? It's like, because he's like, these girls are like being degraded here. Those guys are getting hit over there. And it's like the town's okay with it. They're allowing it. It's like, hell, they're even now like lending us this parking lot.
Yeah.
They're showing food over there. It's like people are sitting down over there to watch this. It's like, it's just, cyclical. This is just the way it is. Like, the like you hear mentioned from the seniors, the now seniors or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, it's all like, now it's our turn to get to unleash hell on the freshmen, like they unleashed hell on us or whatever.
Yeah,
and I think this stuff honestly did happen before, because even when I was like transitioning into high school, there were like rumors like, oh, there's the one day where every senior goes after, and you see it's like a cliche, right? There's been cartoons like about it, like Hey Arnold had an episode about like that too. So it probably did happen. It's just that we're so kind of far removed. Seeing it now, it's kind of shocking. It's like, wow, like damn, we used to do all this shit,
Actually, that I do remember that in middle school. I think they called it like scrub day or something.
Stuff like that.
They would let us out early. I think they let us out like halfway through the day in middle school. Probably the last day of school, I don't fucking remember, but they let us off like way early so that like none of us died, I guess.
No? It didn't happen where they actually let us out early, but I remember there was like whispers like that there was gonna be like a day like that that was gonna happen, and then you just got there and it's like, well, nobody gives a shit, like nobody really does that, like that's the stuff you see in the movies, right?
Yeah.
So I have a question for you, America or Ricardo. This is kind of like an ensemble piece, but who would you say is the protagonist in this movie?
I think it's that kid.
Yeah. The kid?
Yeah. No. Okay. The football guy.
Yeah.
And the kid who was getting beat up, or who they were searching for. What's his name? Like Mitch or something?
Yeah, I think I remember the long-haired kid.
Yeah.
The grabbing his nose all the time.
Yeah. The one who's always like.
I think.
I would guess it's a football guy because like he's the one that.
Yeah.
And they finish off.
Like,
yeah.
Pink,
yeah, sure. Yeah.
Pink Floyd.
That's his name, right?
That's the coolest thing. Come on. Who wrote this movie, man? I was like, wow, this is good.
Yeah.
I think they're the same character.
Yeah, at different points in their life, right?
Yeah, because he told him it's like, yeah, they got me at the end of baseball practice.
Yeah.
So like it's kind of the same. Like he kind of tells like, and he tells him how to do it. So he's guiding him. So it's like they're kind of both that character.
Right.
Like one of them is, setting up the other guy to go through that same path.
Yeah, because he does guide him through like.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah. After that, yeah.
It's so
cool.
funny though, because like when they go to the party, right, and you can see everybody kicking it with their people, you know, and like it just reminds me like of the the parties, and then like because there was always I was telling her how there's always this room where the stoners are at, right, and I didn't like kicking it there because it gets quiet or they just like have one person talking. Like I like to party, so I'll go in there and like see somebody, and then I'll always see like I don't know, like the guy with the long hair, the guy, the stoner guy.
Later.
Yeah, him. That's my sister.
That's you. But...
No, that's like her. Like
all right. So we know who I am. Who are you, Ricardo?
I don't even know.
We would
I
say it's the stoner guy.
Yeah, I know. You guys, I know. That's what I was thinking.
I think it'd Slater.
Yeah, him or like
he's the guy who stops the fight. Wait, is that the football guy?
Yeah, Pink stops it and McConaughey stop it.
Because I was thinking like McConaughey, but like not like the nasty
sure?
Way. Not the nasty version of that. It's just like the chill vibe that he has, But I don't know. That one's hard.
Keep on living.
That's another connection to American Graffiti, because American Graffiti also has that same character. It's the older guy who hasn't grown up yet, right? So America, have you seen American Graffiti?
No.
Oh, you should totally watch it. You can see like they're almost companion pieces. Like they're so identical.
Is
like
it the
it's
same
crazy.
director?
No, American Graffiti is George Lucas.
Yeah, it's like you guys said, or like Robert, you said, it's been on my list forever. Like it literally, I remember like I got Netflix, right? Like way whenever the fuck that was, and it was on Netflix, and I put it on my little queue. Still haven't watched it. That must have been like 2009.
It was the old guy, Harrison Ford, or what?
No, the older guy is the racer guy.
Oh, I gotta remember because I remember
Played
the
by
second part too. Because I seen there's two, right?
Yeah.
I get confused.
He's the drag racer.
Oh yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
I saw it only once, and I don't know if I saw it all the way through. I think it was on TV and like on one of the movie channels or whatever a long time ago.
He's a fan though. You could tell, right? He loved that movie. He was like,
"Oh, totally, yeah."
My own version.
Yeah, because that one was based in the 50s,
60s,
60s,
early 60s, yeah, 70s. That's why I said so. It was like a 70s version of that. But like some of the like, there's a scene where they're driving around listening to music. There's a scene where they go back to like a high school dance, right, for a little bit. It's so similar.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know, but what was I gonna say? But so you got okay, so. You guys picked your people or what? Oh, you said, right? What about you, Gio? You didn't pick a person or what?
I didn't pick a
Bro.
person.
America will be that girl in the car haunt.
I literally am.
Oh, the redhead? Yeah.
I really am. I'm only getting invited to the party by the groomer, Yeah.
And you also have the red hair, so.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Damn, I guess I would be that
part.
Fuck.
Anthony McConaughey, that dude did look faded every time his clothes was on. He was fucking gone. He was like, "What's up?"
Yeah, I know. But no, because there's a scene where he's talking about like the dollar bill and shit like that. Dude, that's
George Washington.
Yeah,
exactly. I'm always like, what? Like, how she said it first, and I was like, "Fuck, you're right."
They're like, the dollar bill is green, and so and so in a coat, and it's about aliens.
So like, Martha Washington would just have a big bowl waiting for him when he would get home.
She was a hip lady.
But it does remind me a lot because that guy, the main character, he hangs out with everybody. That's I don't know. I know that like America says that they hate me now, but like I swear they were my friends. They were my friends, even though they run away from me now. Like I would tell them like they'll be hanging out with me, and if they'll get bullied by my friends, I would like protect them. I'll be like, no, leave them alone. They're cool.
You'll be like, come here, give them a kiss after they get in.
I saw this documentary. I don't know if like you can find it somewhere on the making of this movie, and how like the guy, the director, wanted that song in the beginning from Aerosmith, the sweet one, or what is it called?
Oh, Sweet Emotions?
Yeah, he wanted it badly, but that song was over the budget. so he couldn't afford it. And then he was like, no, we gotta fucking put this song. Like it was just like, that's the song we need. And he did it. So it's fucking crazy. And it costs like a shitload just the fucking song.
That's crazy.
But yeah, overall, legit one of my favorite movies. Chill movie.
Yeah.
You could watch it like just chilling in the back, and it's a kick. You're hanging around with these guys.
Yeah.
Go take a ride with these guys if you want.
Yeah. So sweeps.
Sweeps.
Yeah.
Robert, did it go a little higher or not?
It did. Yeah. It kind of did. Yeah.
Cool.
Definitely appreciate it more. Like I got over some of that stuff. Like I guess I just don't like bullies, right?
Yeah.
Just throw fucking beer at them and start fucking socking them.
Yeah.
Just
And
get that
run.
one good punch in.
Yeah.
That's the end of our show. Tune in next week. We watch Nobody and Robert's pick, which is
So I'm kind of continuing this high school identity movie / hipster movie inspired by Geo. Because I feel like my pick like kind of invented hipster, or at least the modern hipster. The movie's called Ghost World.
Oh.
I've seen this one.
Oh, you've seen it? Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Okay.
Based
At
on
least
the
there's one
comic book.
person who hasn't seen it. Yeah.
Please don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Now Delete Reviews, Twitter at and Now Delete, YouTube and Now Delete. Just we're there. Just search us. And podpage.com / and Now Delete. That's all our episodes are in there. Our bio, all the words. You know what I mean? The whole website thingy. We're professionals now. We are no longer amateurs.
Your hub for everything in Now Delete. So it'll direct you anywhere that you want to go.
Oh yeah.
When did we have
Macho
Macho Man
Man.
Randy Savage coming from the grave? Oh yeah.
3
Or the
minutes.
Or the Kool-Aid Man.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
See you next time. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.